The Congress 2021, organized by Dr. E. Paul Buagbo of Four Faith Center, themed Kingdom Takeover, will run from the 1st to the 6th of November 2021 at the Arena Bonamusa Douala, Cameroon. Guest speakers we have Bishop Chris Raymond, Apostle Joshua Selman from Nigeria, Pastor Jerry Eze from Nigeria, Apostle Livingstone Bajangala from Uganda, Bishop Alex Pepin M. Numana, Prophetess Deborah Kebila, Apostle Collins Wilson, Reverend Victor Makembe, and Reverend Mrs. Leslie Buagbo. Be a part of the Congress Ministers Conference from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. daily. The evening session starts at 5 p.m. daily. For more information, please contact 656-086443 or 674-049417 and on all social media platforms at Dr. E. Paul Buagbo. The Congress 2021 Kingdom Takeover.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me wherever you are? We are here again for another powerful session of the Defining Decade. And today I'm going to be your host. So wherever you are watching, please go ahead and share the live video. We're about to have a blast today. We're about to have a blast. Our guest today is no other person than the awesome Penjo Baba himself. Penjo Baba will be joining us here in a little bit. Before I go ahead and bring him on, I want you all to know that the Defining Decade is a show that we have created for you. It is a show that we have made for you. Why did we make this show? We made this show because we live in a decade where a lot of things will be defined. And what we do now will determine the result of what we will get in future, get tomorrow. A lot of people have buried their successes in the cemetery of past achievements. A lot of people live in the past. A lot of people keep referring to the past, keep going back to the past. I used to be this, I used to be that. This is how my life was. This is how my life used to be. All of that is history. We are focused on the now and we are focused on the tomorrow. And so the Defining Decade is a show that we have created, and we are bringing great minds, people who have knowledge by instruction and knowledge by experience, to come and teach you and give you strategies, success tips that will make you successful in the next decade. Yes, for those of you who are watching, wherever you are watching, this decade is an emerging one. It's an emerging one. It's a decade where a lot of things will be structured, will be defined. If you're a businessman, a politician, a student, whatever you're doing in whatever sector you're doing it, this decade is for you. Because if you do it and you do it well, things will be defined for you and you will experience some success. So on today's show, we have a guest, which is no other than the Penjo Baba himself. So I'm going to bring him on now, and then we kick off the show. Hello, Mr. Penjo Baba. I greet you, sir.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes, it's morning with us here in the States, so you are not wrong. It is afternoon in Cameroon. Yeah. For those who are watching in Africa, good afternoon to you guys. For those of you in North America, good morning. And those in Europe, I'm pretty sure it's afternoon over there as well. Those in Asia, it is night. We greet you guys from wherever you are watching. Please share the live video, share the live feed. If you are watching from Facebook, share the live feed. If you're watching from YouTube as well, you can copy the link and share to your different platforms and groups. Today, we are about to have an amazing time with the awesome Penjo Baba himself. You're welcome on the show, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's an honor to see you. Looking, I was reading an article on you, and somebody described you as a tall, dark, handsome man.
It's my pleasure.
I know. So I was
Yeah.
like, wow, that's amazing. That was an amazing description. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So again, it's an honor for me to be hosting you. It's an honor for me to have you here on the show. And we're going to kick it off immediately. We have a lot of people that will be joining us soon. We've shared to different platforms. So we're going to just keep talking. When they join, they join. Those who will not have the opportunity to listen to us live can go back and watch the video after this.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. So before I go ahead and get started, I have a lot of things that we're going to talk about. Oh, so sorry.
Manuel, sorry, 1 minute.
Okay. So while you're taking care of that, before we go ahead and get started, I have a lot of things that we're going to be talking about. And a lot of people will want to know you. A lot of people will want to understand who is Penjo Baba, understand what you have been doing, and focus on getting, you will be telling us the success tips of Penjo Baba, the things that you've been doing that made you successful. And from there, we'll be able to get an advice from you and a coaching from you on what we should do, implement in this defining decade that will cause us to be successful. So before I go ahead and we get into that, we have a little video here that we prepared about Penjo Baba. So let me bring that in a few seconds. Awesome. Man, it's incredible. It's incredible to have you on the show today. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
Okay, we have Penjo back here. Sorry, sir. Okay, awesome. Now we have you. So before we go ahead and get started, man, tell us a little bit about yourself. I would like to know. I was reading your full names, and then I thought about Penjo Baba. How did Penjo Baba come about? You know, and before you tell us, I knew about you since that movie Peace Offering in Cameroon. There was a movie you featured on back in the day, some years ago. Peace Offering.
That was Peace Offering. That was 2003. 2003.
I can imagine. Yes, sir. It was a while. It was a long time ago. We were still very young there, running there in the neighborhood, and that movie came out, and everybody was talking about it. So tell us about yourself. Who is Penjo Baba? How did the name Penjo Baba come about? And a little bit about where you were born and family and all that stuff.
Yeah, man. Yes, Penjo Baba. Like you said, the name. My name is Peter Joseka. I'm from South. That's in Congo. And so my name is. When you look at Penjo Baba, you realize that Penjo is a merge of my two names, Peter and Joseka. And yeah, I'm from Congo, and I'm based in Douala right now, where my business is. And I have two sons, two handsome boys.
Yes, sir.
And so my life is all about work and make people smile and do what I can do.
Yes, sir.
Just simple.
Absolutely. I like when you say that your life is all about work. I was talking with a friend, a co-worker the other day, and I was telling her that I think that I want to include a sixth love language, because they talk of the 5 love languages. A sixth one for me is work, because I believe so much in work, and I encourage a lot of people to work hard, and I feel that it's actually a language that should be spoken of a lot often, So yes, sir, it's a good thing to have you, Penjo Baba, from Kumbo. Man, Kumbo people are very talented. That part of the Northwest region is a lot of talent over there. Now, you started the Penjo Studios, Penjo Entertainment Network, I think in 2007, and from there has been remarkable successes. I'm pretty sure when you started, it was not easy, given the fact that Cameroon in 2007 versus Cameroon now, a lot has changed. There was no internet, there was those analog cameras and all of that. Tell us a little bit about that experience, how you started in 2007, some few challenges, what kind of equipment you were using, and so on and so forth. Yes, sir.
In fact, 2007, like you say, yes, but I would say the way things were being done that time, it was so much respect, so much creativity. When I say creativity means people were just genuine in what they were doing, especially when I remember very well when I had to beg for a camera because I didn't have a camera when I started all this, and I didn't have any plan on being a photographer or this, but I was just doing my work community project where I started doing pictures and videos from the project. So it came to this point. But 2007 till 2010, I would say it was the best moment for me because I was doing a lot of work in the communities. 2015, I think, in the rural communities. It's only this Cameroonian crisis that came, and then everything stopped. I would say they stopped because of the crisis. But I would say 2007, the challenges were really, really not that difficult because there were so few people, just a few people that were doing this thing, and then they didn't even realize. Many people did not realize a lot of things behind all of this. So I was just doing it for the love as well, and then the passion. It's not really like there was business mind behind it. But now it has gone to the level where, of course, everybody sees the same way I saw it, and we are all pushing. But I always admire back then when things were just going gradually, and there was no fight, there was no kind of tough competition in negative way. I would say negative way because there are so many things people do which they are not doing it for the love of the art or the work they are doing, but they are doing it for something which is not even going to help them. But in those days, you were doing it because you love it, and people who work with you, they were so passionate as well, and you could feel the unity among you and the people around you.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, that's one of it.
Yes, sir. I like when you mentioned that a positive competition back there versus the negative competition that is creeping into the industry. Anyway, before we get into that thought again, I want you to make how from that movie Peace Offering, we would perceive as Cameroonians, we would perceive that Penjo Baba is an actor, into cinematography. You're a movie actor. I was reading about your work in Nigeria, how did it happen? You were supposed to be an actor and then you are a photographer. What was the transition? We want to know.
No. No. The film that you're talking about, Peace Offering, that was 2003, and I say that a lot of people, we barely knew why we were even going after film industry. We were just loving it, and we just saw like Patient Osoko is coming, and there are these actors, Nigerian actors coming, and they were coming to Cameroon, and we were and then there was a group called Splash Movie, something, and then all of us, like the entire Anglophone community was behind that group, and so that was the person that was bringing actors from Nigeria and doing the film, and it was big. So we were all behind myself. I'm talking about myself because I was doing it for the passion. I would take my money and go on set, and I spend my money there. I didn't care whether they are paying anybody or not.
Yes, sir.
But there were guys there who were working for the money. But I was doing that because I really just loved cameras at that point, at that time. But to say that there was something behind it that I was following, I would say no. But being an actor, that was something. We went there, and since we were all together as a group, as an association, they were giving roles to people, main roles. I didn't even have any idea of what acting is like. But I was more passionate just to be around them. And we did the Warriors, and that's where I saw myself as an actor. But apart from that, I always loved to be behind the cameras. That was it.
Wow, man, that is excellent. That's awesome to hear. And like you said, you've always loved being behind the cameras. So tell me about the experience you've had, because I'm asking you all these questions because what I'm trying to do is that I'm trying to build a certain trend so that people should understand that when they're seeing Penjo Baba with all these glamorous images here and there, this creativity, it did not just pop out overnight. There was a route, there was a process, So tell us about when you used to use those analog cameras, right? That Fiji, that one that you go to Fiji film and you wash the pictures and then put it I don't know, that experience with analog cameras, cables here and there. Tell us about that experience, that year, those years of your photography and videography life.
Well, I personally I did not use analog, but I used tapes on videos. That was 2007, 2008. I was using cameras that had the tape. You would find yourself with so many tapes, different works. You have to download those tapes, and it took a lot. And then it was so hectic. But then we were just loving it. It's time, and we were going. And in CDs, we would do that and burn them in the CDs, DVDs. Everything was just going on gradually. From DVD, we started using flash, flash, and that's how everything evolved till now. But in those days, using cameras that could use only tapes, it was not easy because tapes are first of all expensive, and then to finish your shooting and go and capture your images to even start editing was another problem.
Yes, sir.
Editing programs, everything was so difficult at that time. But at that time, we were knowing that, okay, we are using this kind of program, and this one comes out, you have it just like that. And today we're using different things. So the process, I would say the process is what I enjoy most. Not really like anything. The process from when I look at those days of tape, DVD, CD, and then we are here. Nobody uses CD again. So
yes, sir.
I'm just enjoying. I'm enjoying every step of it.
Yes, sir.
That's all I can say.
Wow,
yes.
That's good to know. Just so you know, on this live we have amazing photographers in Cameroon. Right now we have Faro Dollar saying, "Yo, Baba." Faro is based in Bamenda, you know, with the Blue Zone images. Yes,
I work with him as well.
He's a personal photographer. He's an awesome person. We have other videographers and cinema people who are into they're up and coming. You know, I have my Ablaze team as well that is up and coming. So there's a lot of talent on their show that is watching now to get knowledge and hear your experiences. Now you talked about the process being enjoyable, being something that you enjoy. You know, I'm pretty sure enjoying something like this in Cameroon with all that, you know, struggles with, you needed the resources, you needed computers, you needed cameras, you needed gadgets that will be able to capture these images and put them out there in quality. You know, later on in the show, we're going to be talking about the importance of excellence and quality in branding, in representing our art. But before we do that, I want to state what I call the cause of the main reason why we are having this show. You know, on the little flyer that I shared, I had put there what to do, how to do it, and where to do it by millennials in an emerging Cameroon. Now, the fact of the case is that fortunately for somebody like yourself, you started the work at a very early stage in your life, and also at a very early stage in the transformation of the industries when it comes to entertainment and art in Cameroon. And as a result, you learn a lot of things, both the hard way and, of course, through different channels to learn. But I think you learn the hard way, right? Through different ups and downs, you were able to figure things out. Because there was nobody that had gone ahead of you that you could learn from. You know, I was reading how at some point you had to go to Nigeria. You were in Nigeria, you learned some things there. The name Baba came from Nigeria because the people saw how aggressive and energetic you were in your work, and they gave you the name Baba. If I'm right with that thought.
Yes, in Nigeria, I went to Nigeria 2012. We were doing a project, and I mean, I was just working. Like I said, my own is to work. I don't even, when I'm somewhere where I'm working, even if it's minister or president, if I'm doing my job, I don't care. I just want to do it. So we were working, and they started calling me Baba Baba. So I was scared at that point because I knew that Baba in Nigeria was more of this spiritual thing. So and I asked them, but why did they keep calling me that? And they said it's a lot of respect. It's more of respect for them. And because I work so much, they have been observing. And that's when, that very time, I changed my name from Facebook to today. So that's where Baba came from. My name was Penjo. And that's how it came about.
The brand itself is beautiful, sir. It is easy. It is very easy for people to pronounce. I think it's awesome brand name. Yes. And Penjo Baba Studios, based in Yaoundé, Cameroon. Is that correct, or is it Douala?
For now, I didn't get you. I'm based in Douala right now.
Okay. So the Penjo Studios is based in the Douala itself.
Douala, yes, in Douala.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I was about to state the problem. The problem is that over the years, you guys learned the hard way, you know. So that was a problem back then because there was nobody you could look up to. You were watching movies or YouTube videos to learn. You were going out of the country to go and find ways to learn and get knowledge. Fortunately for some of us, for the millennials these days, we have people like yourself, big brothers, fathers, you know, people coaches and mentors like yourself that have learned the hard way and have obtained a lot of knowledge. And we are bringing you on this show because we want to drain that knowledge. We want to tap into your blossom. We want to get into your mind. And so that you show us, if you are not selfish to keep that knowledge, I'm pretty sure you are not, that's why you're on the show, of course, to share that knowledge with us so that we can benefit on that knowledge and make ourselves better. Now, the fact is that for most young people and aspiring people in entertainment these days, there is a lot to learn. There is a lot to do. You know, fortunately for us, Cameroon is in that state of emerging, which means that anybody that is starting any business now in Cameroon, that wants to do something now in Cameroon, before this decade runs to an end, there will be millionaires or billionaires. They will have made so much money from it because we are in an emerging state. We are not in that state where you found yourself in 2007, where you were alone and you were struggling to learn by yourself. We are in that stage where there is both the positive competition and the negative competition. There is also this the stage where technology has greatly improved. The internet has come. You know, people are becoming better. You know, Photoshop is a whole wall on its own now. You know, things are a lot.
Yes.
So
of course. I want to say that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I want to say that. When the question you asked about evolution and the generation, how they change, I would say that the only thing or the only difference, big difference, is that in maybe 2010 or from 2010 15 backward, a lot of people who were into this business, we were more, I would say we were honest with ourselves, with who we were working with, and then there was no can I put it, when I mentioned earlier about positivity in what we're doing today, right? Today, sometimes you will see somebody who, I'm very glad. I mean, I'm happy that I met people. People come into my inbox every day to say, they draw a lot of inspirations from what I do and all of that. They want me to mentor them. That is very good. Very good. I have had a lot of them that have come, and I've tried to also mentor some that I've trained even. But you know, when you train somebody and the person turns back because you are so open and so open-minded and so free with the person, they always take you for granted. I've trained people, I'll say people, because who have turned back, and it's like they are competing with me, and they have been so negative. When I mean negative, I'm saying this on air, but it's something I have to say because sometimes somebody might be feeling that we are close. We are close, like somebody has to train people to photography. I say, of course, I've been doing that, but I try to withdraw myself a bit when I train some guys, and I was till today. I'm still very always looking at it like it didn't happen, but you know. For example, I train you and we work with me for like 2-3 years.
Yes, sir.
And when you are leaving me, you left me and then you went back to somebody, to a client that we were working with, to tell the client that it's like this. You can train, you can bring in somebody and take over some work that I was doing. And go to other clients and you're talking about negativity. So that's what I'm saying, that sometimes we just have to be close somehow, to focus on our business. Because me personally, I've tried to bring out some people whom I thought were going to be like sprayed with good positive energy in the industry, but then they turned out to be like competition. But no, these are our works. We don't have competition. Competition in anything that comes from from your intelligence, from your, how can I put it, experience, is different from. I cannot compete with you on presentation of this program because you have your own way. Me, I have a camera, you have a camera. We can shoot the same thing, but it speaks differently. So I don't see how I can compete with anybody. I don't see who I can compete with. First of all, I just know that this person is photographer, this one is photographer, videographer. Everybody does what they do, and if we can understand that we cannot be anybody, I cannot be you, you cannot be me, that would be where we will go. But you know, when I have something and then you're in need of that thing, and first of all, you cannot even come to me and maybe for us to talk, and you send somebody to come like spy and see that thing as well, so that you can go by, and then it's like, it's good, you can buy, but I'm just saying that we are living in a place where, in Cameroon especially, where the people you call your colleagues might turn to be like, they are not colleagues, they are competitors. Everybody is competing, but not competition where I see you as danger. I compete with you because I want to match you. I compete with you just by doing my job. And if I see that you are getting up there, all I need to do is to get into my shoes and know that I'm working. I need to step up, not by going after somebody and trying to bring the person down. And then what? We have this. The industry is so big and the clients are there everywhere. So I'm always saying, when you build your business, especially this our business, which surrounds around the entertainment industry, if you are out there and you're making noise and you're trying to make so much noise about talking about people, make sure you have your clients that you're talking about people to trust you. So when I come and talk negative about somebody with you because I want a job from you, there's no way you give me that job with open heart, because you will feel like this guy is not honest, not even normal. If I work with people in this industry where we talk about work, we can discuss people, but we never open our mouth to talk about people, clients. They always appreciate what we do. We don't discuss people. That's how work should be professionally.
Exactly. Yes,
but
sir.
you know, sometimes I don't say the industry is growing. If we are careful, if anybody is careful, he will focus on building his business and his name. Building a business and a name is not one day. It's not one day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If you understand,
yes,
if
sir.
you understand that building a brand is not just getting up today because somebody is having a big brand. Absolutely. And you want to just make your own brand. It's not working like that. Focus on your brand. Work, do everything possible, and you can go to somebody you think can give you ideas, share their experiences, with positive heart. Not go there and then when they share their experiences, you use them against them.
That's right.
I'm saying that because this is what happens in the area where I work in Cameroon.
Yes, sir.
I have 3 photography and videographic groups in Nigeria that I am in, and we work there. I work with them. I learn from them. We share ideas, experiences every day. But for Cameroon, I try to not to be, because I've been in groups, WhatsApp groups where I thought we could share experiences, but mostly they talk about people. Some people shy away from communicating. They feel like they cannot communicate with you. They feel like so. It's all about being honest with yourself. Sometimes you just have to distance yourself and focus on you. You don't have to be with everybody. Everybody must not be your friends.
What you are stating right there, Mr. Penjo Baba, is a problem, which means that takes us into the phase where we talk about the problem with our growth, the problem that has affected our growth. And that right there you're stating is a big one, a really big one, because our case study on today's show is Cameroon, right? We focus on getting the millennials, the younger people, to have a mindset that will cause them to be successful in the next decade. And what you're stating right there, it's a major problem, the aspect of negativity. And you are being realistic by stating a fact. You said you have trained people, which means that I always say that there are 2 ways to learn, by experience or by instructions. So for you, you learn through the hard way, by experience, and you got so much real knowledge. And so you decided to open up yourself in training people. You accepted people that came in, started working with you for 2-3 years, and by the time they were done and ready for you to prepare them and release them, they go out there and they come back as competition in the negative, not competition to grow in the positive, but competition in the negative. That is what I'm understanding from what you're saying. And then the worst thing they even do is that they now, because they were exposed to the database of your clients that you had when they were in training, they go back now behind your back and they start calling those clients and they start trying to maybe give them say negative things about you to them. So do all kinds of things. Exactly. To lure those clients to come work with them. So it is a form of evil or malpractice, something that we want to talk about it live and aloud and scream about it and rebuke it, say no to it, stand against it. Because the problem is that this is how that problem will hurt us. It will cause fathers like you, it will cause big brothers, great minds like yourself to refuse to take in more of us to train. It means that if I want to send a student to come learn with Penjo will now be thinking, I have trained 10 students in the past, 8 of them did this. I'm feeling like I should not train anymore because they're always going to be like this, you know. So that's the problem with that particular problem. It's costing fathers like yourself, it's costing it's making great minds like yourself refuse to share maybe some good knowledge that would have bettered the industry from putting that knowledge out or training more people, because they come in and even destroy your reputation, destroy your business, hurt everything you have been building for years. So I hear you, sir. I understand what you're saying. It is a fundamental problem in the Cameroon entertainment industry, not just in the area of photography, in the area of the music, in the area of comedy, in the area of all forms of entertainment, movies and such, you know, and it's a major problem. Anyways, we are stating these problems today, hoping that we will find a solution, because it is still my cry, sir. I don't know if you can hear me. It is still my cry that the millennials, the younger people that are growing up, are able to see these problems, avoid these problems, take the necessary tools that are needed for them to be successful, implement these tools, and experience a success in this defining decade. I think we have a little bit of a network problem there with Mr. Penjo. Mr. Penjo, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Penjo, can you hear me? Okay, people, while we're waiting for Mr. Penjo to join back the live feed, he was just sharing a fundamental problem with the Cameroon entertainment industry, where people he has trained turned back against him. You know, the people he has trained fought back against him. They came back and they were fighting against him like that. Some tried to lure his clients. Some spoke negative about him. And we have realized that it is a fundamental problem in the Cameroon entertainment industry in general. So I want to encourage you who is listening to me right now, for you to be successful in this defining decade, in the next few years of your life, negativity should not be a part of you. Knowledge prospers us. Knowledge is what will prosper you. It is your place to get knowledge and apply that knowledge in whatever craft, in whatever work you are doing. If you're going to obtain knowledge and use it to ridicule the system or to use it in the negative way, there is no way you can be successful. That explains why our success level has been at the way it is currently right now. There is what we call positive competition. If your competition is for the good, if your competition is for growth, then I welcome it. But if your competition is hate, to hate me, you've seen that we are doing a good work. You've seen that our work is amazing and remarkable. You hate us for that. You are angry for that. And so you want to fight us. Why do you want to do that? That will not help us to be successful in any way. Knowledge is all what we need in this defining decade so we can prosper and make it. Penjo Baba is an example. He learned the hard way. He learned by self-educating himself, right? He did not have the resources that we now have. We as well are blessed to have somebody like him. I want to encourage you to utilize resources like Penjo's resources to better up yourself, not use it for the negative. And when you learn, while you learn these things, while you are at it, don't be negative in your mindset, don't be negative in your thoughts, because these things will help you to be successful in this defining decade. I'm going to take a short break while we're trying to get Mr. Penjo back on. And when he comes, we're going to go keep talking about a couple of problems. And then, of course, we'll talk about the tools for you to be successful in this defining decade. Let's go ahead and take a short break. Listen to this awesome little piece by our artist, Maureen Forward. And when we're back in a few seconds, we're going to kick off with the show.
I'm working on miracle ground. Miracle, miracle, working on miracle ground. Blind eyes will see because of me. The lame man will walk.
Welcome back. Can everybody hear me? Hope everybody can hear me. Okay. Can everybody hear me while we're preparing to have Mr. Penjo back? We have hosting him on this show titled The Defining Decade. We are talking about tools for success in an emerging Cameroon. Wherever you are, keep sharing. The purpose of this show is because we want to spread positivity only. I want to also take this opportunity to announce to you that we have a new show that is coming to you on our Blaze TV titled Truth Be Told by our very own Esther Charisma Patrick Adedamola. Charisma Patrick Adedamola. Hey, Charisma, if you're listening, a shout out to you for the awesome work you're doing with Truth Be Told. Truth Be Told is a campaign, and we want it to be a global campaign that will spark positivity only. So we have Mr. Penjo back in the studio. Welcome back, Mr. Penjo.
Yeah, thank you. It just went off like that. I don't know why.
I know, sir. Can you hear me okay?
It's fine, yes. Fine
okay. In Cameroon, they say that the village people are fighting. If it is the village people that are fighting, no village people will fight this knowledge today. We are going to hear you and we'll hear you well, sir. So again, thank you for coming back on. We were talking about certain problems and you've experienced this, man. Can you share with me a couple of other challenges apart from your trainees? You've trained people that went back, fought against you, tried to lure your clients to them. Are there any other challenges you have faced in this past years of you working in the entertainment industry?
Well, challenges, I would say, related to work is simply when you have so much work sometimes, because someone like me, I do sometimes I have events like weddings, 2 weddings a day or 3 weddings a day, and sometimes I need a bigger team. And that's where I need to bring in colleagues. I have colleagues, of course, that I work with in that aspect, where I call and we tackle more work in a day. So that's not really like a challenge. I mean, challenges for me are so, for me, I see them like part of my work. It's not really, I cannot call it challenges. Apart from things that would stress me up, I don't see anything I can call challenges. Apart from also that sometimes I might think that I wish I could have so much equipment, so many equipment that I don't need to, and crew. I don't need to go out and bring in other people to work with. But at the same time, I love it when I bring in other colleagues because it gives us room for collaboration. And
that is right.
We learn every day, and we learn. I've had a lot of guys who, because of this, we are more related than before.
That's right.
And we discuss work. We don't have time to discuss any other thing. I call them only when I have work.
That's right.
We discuss the work. So when we finish and they are gone, we don't have anything we're discussing much apart from greetings. That's not my point now.
Can you mention, is it okay if you mention a few of those colleagues you work with so that we can also do a shout out to them, you know?
Of course, you have Scott. Scott is the director, the guy who directed Shamal's Diary.
Oh,
he's somebody that started working with me. I started.
Okay, that's a shout out to Mr. John Scott. Mr. John Scott, okay.
Mr. Scott.
Yes, sir.
Is the director of Shamal's Diary. Yeah, John Scott. I started working with him a long time ago. Now he's having his own studio, his own business. And also there's Mezo. I worked with Mezo for so long. There's Mezo. He also directed. He was behind the cameras of Selling Bango.
Okay.
I worked with Steve. Steve is trained by Mezo. I worked with Divine. I worked with Regan. I mean, I worked with There's so many of them. I would say there's no photographer that is today in Cameroon. Even Faro in Bamenda. I remember I worked with him one day in Bamenda. And so for me, that's how the industry is. We need to know ourselves.
Yes,
we need to be there for each other. Like if I need something in Bamenda, and then Emil switch in Bamenda.
Switch entertainment.
Around Bamenda, I just call Emil and say, please, I need this to be done. And he's sending his team. Even in Douala, he send his team to come and work with me, and that's it. So I think that is the spirit for me. I think I don't see no reason why all of this, anything has to be negative around all of us.
Yes, sir.
This is what makes the industry. So, but when I see that somebody has a spirit, a mind of the backward mind, I pull out. I don't have anything I lose or the person lose than us going our ways. We must not be friends. We must not work together. I push out and the person continue, and we continue with our lives. So that's simple.
Okay. Wow. Thank you for
all of them that I've worked with and I still work with them. And it's going well. It's going so well.
Yes, sir. Wow. Thank you for those shout outs. You know, Mr. John Scott, Reagan, Faro in Bamenda Switch, all these people you're calling, they're awesome people. Thank you for that major shout out to them. And I like something you said. You know, when you mention these people, if Faro has a job in Douala and he's short-handed, he already knows that he's calling Mr. Penjo right there.
Exactly.
And he's not even going to think, you know, because he knows that once he calls you, you'll be there for him. And when you have work in Bamenda, let's say you cannot be there, you say, hey, Faro, there is some work in Bamenda, go cover this for me. Immediately he's on it. And that is how it has to be, because the hands together do more better work together like that. So and now let's talk.
One thing. I remember one guy, I will not mention his name here. I sent him to also do a job for me.
Oh man, we lost Penjo again. He was about to share us something very interesting about some guy he sent to do some work for him. I'm pretty sure if I can guess that story, this guy went and took over everything for himself or something like that. But whatever it is, I will wait for Mr. Penjo to be back on and share us the rest of that story. But it's a good thing for us to be united. We were about to get into the section where we talk about tools for succeeding in an emerging Cameroon. Now, people, before I bring Mr. Penjo back on as he's trying to get back on the show, I want you guys to know that in life we have to be hardworking. And with Cameroon being what it is now, we cannot rely on the system for a way forward all the times. There are a lot of people who only rely on the government. A lot of people who only rely to get done with a university, get a bachelor's degree or master's degree, and hope to land a job at a government office or some bank and so on. Now, this is a very small sector in the country. The government is big, but the jobs they have, what they offer, it cannot accommodate all the graduates that have left school. And so it is left for you and I to create jobs, to do things that will make our lives a lot better. And we are blessed enough because we are in the state of emerging in a nation like Cameroon, which means that whatever form of business you decide that you want to do, be it a mobile money business, be it some network marketing business, be it your small vendor business where you want to make just ice cream and sell, whatever it is that you want to do, plan to do it well. Because if you do it well and you have a big vision, a big scope of what it should be in the next, based upon the times you have said, yes, you will experience remarkable success. The marketplace, as I was discussing the last episode on the show with Mr. Remarkable, we were talking about the value added in the marketplace. You have to be able to add value in the marketplace because the marketplace rewards value and excellence. The marketplace rewards quality and excellence. And for you to be able to be relevant in the marketplace, there must be something that you have to offer. If you don't offer nothing, you end up also just being a nobody. I am particularly, for me, I believe that there are certain principles that I live by. My principle number one is that life is meant for highly effective people. I believe that for you to be able to be successful in life, you must be effective. If you have to do something, you do it well. Even if you are a pastor, be a real pastor and be a pastor well. Don't be a fake. Don't be a businessman in the name of a pastor. If you have to be a vendor selling shoes, do it well. Know that this is your business. Get up in the morning, go to the market, sell, come back in the evening and prepare like that. Don't sit and chill and relax and expect that it will be miracle money that will pop into your bank accounts and it will make you rich. Some people live based off on their imaginations. No, it doesn't come like that. Some people live on others by constantly borrowing to survive. Oh, mommy, borrow me this. Oh, borrow me that. It's not the way of life, because each time you start borrowing to survive, you become a debtor to the system or to the people that you are owing them. And once you do that, I don't want to get into starting to share with you the concept of the master and the slave. Once you borrow money from somebody, you have immediately put yourself beneath or below that person, and you're like a slave to that person. So I'm going to share with you guys this sometime in the show as we have more episodes of the show. But please, I want to encourage you to be effective. That is a tool for success. Live and be highly effective. Let me go ahead and bring Mr. Penjo Baba back on. Mr. Penjo, can you hear me? Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I had to change from my phone to the computer now because I think the phone has been having issues.
I noticed. Yes, sir. Anyways, you were about to share a story about one of your guys. Please, can you share that story?
Hello?
Yes, you were about to share a story of a guy.
I'm saying I was changing my phone from my phone to the computer.
Yes, sir. But then you were about to share a story with about one guy that you sent to do some work one time.
Yes. Like
yes, we're about to share a story of a guy.
Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, as you send somebody to go and work with. I'm saying I was changing my phone for my phone to the computer. Under your
you
name.
were about to share a story with about one guy that you sent to do some work. We're having some feedback disturbance there from Mr. Penjo.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Do you have another device that has the audio on?
I'm saying I was changing my phone. Sorry, I think there's a problem. Okay. So I was saying that I sent some guy to go and work as my team, and the guy went to and started telling the client that he's having his own company. He's not working. He's not working with me. I was so the client was so mad that Penjo, I give you a contract and you subcontract it to another person. So I was so mad. I was so angry because this is not how we do it. Sometimes they wear my T-shirt, and that's how we work. If I'm sending a mail switch, they always ask for my company T-shirt. It's like talking to your client that this is wrong.
Yes, sir.
Wrong anyway.
Yeah, it is. Oh my God! Like, oof. I'm pretty sure the way you've been stressing on this particular point, it means that a lot of people have really, dealt with you when it comes to this. You know, a lot of people have really, affected you negatively when it comes to this, because of course you cannot handle all the clients that come. So you're always sending people to go help out. You're always sending people to go do the work and so on. You're always training people. So I'm pretty sure you've been beat by this. Anyway, so let's talk about some tools for succeeding in Cameroon in this defining decade. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So with your experience, sir, can you tell us?
That's what we all do as business people. We do that.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
All right,
sorry.
I don't know why we're getting that feedback noise. Do you have another audio device that is on? Check and see if there's any other audio device that is on and broadcasting the feed, so we can shut one off. I don't know. We're having a feedback noise.
I can hear you.
Awesome. So I was about to ask you to share with us from your experience what young people like myself, other photographers, politicians, students, educators, movie directors, the actors themselves, you know, the movie producers, videographers, different people like that in the different sectors in Cameroon, business people, vendors, street vendors, what they can know, what they should be able to do, what they should understand as tools for success in an emerging Cameroon like this one.
The line is breaking. I didn't get all your question.
Okay. The question was this. I wanted you to share with us some tools for success. So right now you're about to speak to politicians, business people, vendors, students, artists, movie directors, video directors, or all the different directors, people in the media and all of that. Share with us a few tools for success in an emerging Cameroon, like the one we have find ourselves in.
Well, yeah. Well, the first thing I want to say is you have to treat people the way you want them to treat you, no matter what you do, because in business or politics or whatever you're doing, you're dealing with people. And the moment you're trying to make somebody uncomfortable by having something or by doing something, it's going to kill everything about what you want to do. So, and first of all, it must be passionate. It must be something that you love doing.
Okay.
If you want to do it, don't get into something because you want to overtake somebody, especially in business.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, if you want to get into business because you want to overtake somebody, then you are failing already.
That's right.
If you love your business, anybody should not even be in your mind. Like this is somebody in the industry or in the section. Already, I want to just focus because sometimes you might want to start a business and you realize that you don't have so much, and then you want to pull back. You have to start from somewhere, and then you have what you have to start with. You go with it because from there you can now start growing. Of course, you can be following up about other people in the same industry, the same business, to see how they are doing, simply so that you can be motivated and encouraged. If you have to approach them even with an honest heart to also ask them for advice, it will be the best thing. But that's for me, those are the tools. We have the tools. It's not like something you want to go and get from somewhere. It's our character. Our tools are our characters in any business we want to do.
Our
especially towards people.
Our character, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, especially towards each other.
Yes.
If I'm getting into business and I'm not that honest with myself, my business will not go. I need to be honest with myself and know that this is what I want. Wherever I'm going to get what I'm trying to do, I'm going there because I want to come and do my business. I'm not going there because I want to come and, don't focus on people. Don't focus on people. Focus on business. Brand. Yes, I keep saying your brand, yes.
Yes, sir. Don't focus on people. Focus on your brand. Focus on your thing. Yes, sir. I want to put you on this point, sir.
People are there.
Yes, sir.
Because the more you want to focus on people, those people are focusing on something bigger. And the time you realize that you want to even meet them, they are already far away. So you will never beat them. I keep saying you will never be the person. Everybody is working every day to improve. So anybody should try to improve.
Okay. So focus on your brand. Focus on your brand. Be it so if you are listening to us right now, if you're a politician, if you're a businessman, you're a student, you are into the art or media, whatever you're doing, Mr. Penjo Baba is giving you some tools for success in Cameroon as we are now, or wherever you are in the world, wherever you are. These are general, these are global tools that he is giving. He is simply saying that you are your own problem. That's what he's saying, that you are your own problem. He's saying that the tools for success are in you. The tools are all you, that you are your own character. So which means that if you choose to be negative, if you choose to go and fight, you fight the people that are ahead of you, it is your own problem. The failure will also be your own problem. And then he is also saying that we should not focus on people, we should focus on our brand. Thank you for that one, sir. That is something that myself I've been pretty much focused on my brand. No matter what people are saying. And then you said something. You said that You can be focused on someone who is making it big, and then you are trying to be with that person when you don't have the resources to be with that person. That is a crash right there. So that's a big point you just made right there. So that we should not focus on people, we should focus on our brand. If you're a politician, don't try to be like another politician, be yourself. If you're a businessman, don't try to focus on you can look up to Dangote because he's doing well, but don't focus on, oh, I want to crush Dangote down, and then you start trying to you go and die. You don't make it 2 days. You know, so
there are businesses that have started because they wanted to crash some people.
You yes, sir.
Come into business by trying to get to somebody.
Yes, sir. That is right. Wow. And you also mentioned something. Say treat people the way you want them to treat you. In other words, what you are doing to people, expect that if that same thing is done to you, how would you be able to receive it? So
you cannot be wanting to do business or to deal with people, but you are not treating them well. No, you cannot even move one step, because
that's right.
Already they are seeing a different side of you. You're having in your mind, you think that they want to be somewhere, but you have to pass through people. In life, you must pass through people to succeed.
Yes,
it is those people that will make you. I would say where I am today, there are guys that I respect today, not because they are younger than me, but because I worked with them. And today they are where they are, they are doing whatever they are doing. I still look at them like, without you guys, I will not be where I am.
You will not be where we. Yes, that's
right. And be consistent. Be consistent. If you love something, you have to be consistent. If you don't love, if you're not doing it with passion, you will not even be consistent, because if you fail today, you realize that you might not want to try again.
That's right.
That's when you're consistent. When you're consistent and passionate, if you fail today, you want to do it again. You can fail 3 times, 4 times.
Yes, sir.
3 times, 4 times, you go back to it, and you realize that you do better again tomorrow.
I see.
So when somebody fails today and close down the business,
I see why you talk about passion like that. Because since we started the show, you keep saying that you have been very passionate about your art, your brand. You've been very passionate about it. You keep saying that because you know that in Cameroon there will be failure, but you fail, you continue going, you stay consistent. Yes, sir. I see the
times I've sat and I realize things are hard, things are difficult. I cannot stop. Yes, I cannot stop.
Wow. Man, that is a big one right there. Thank you, sir. Thank you for those heavy words. Thank you for those powerful words. Now I want you to speak to people that are normal, real people, in the sense that there is somebody that will be listening to you from Kumbo. There is somebody that is listening to you from Kambe, from Lower Upper Mundani. There is somebody listening to you in Boya now, in Tiko, in Limbe. Somebody is listening to you in Ebolova, somewhere in Yaoundé, somewhere in Bafoussam. You know, they want to start something. They want to be able to build something. They are looking at the resources needed. It's bigger than what they have. They are afraid. They don't know where to start. They don't know how to start it. With your experience, sir, as a big brother, what would you be telling that young guy or that young girl who wants to do something but does not know what to do or how to do it? What can you tell them to do? Give us some tips.
This is interesting simply because there are some people who have come to me with little money and feel like, of course, like I might have an idea on what business they can do,
yes, sir,
or how they can do it. But I always say that, I always advise that if you have money, no matter how small, and you want to start a business, the first thing you have to do is keep that money aside and find a way to study what you want to get yourself into. Because there are many people who will take money today and invest without even knowing what business, the risk in that business, or whatever it can turn to tomorrow. And when it fails, they will be like, the money is gone. It's always good to, before you want to invest into business, you take your time. Sometimes you can, if you want to invest, let's say I'll just give an example, like fish roasting business, or cold box. You have to take your time, maybe 2 weeks, 1 month, depends, and be around that person who is doing that business. It's like you're training. It's like you're training yourself.
Yes, sir.
Starting it by being around them, so that when you want to get into it, you already know how it works. Many people get into business without knowing anything about the business.
Mm.
I'm not saying that I got into photography by knowing it. I mean, it's something different. I didn't decide to be a photographer or videographer.
Mm-hmm.
That one is something gradual process that I had. But if I get money today and I want to, let's say, do something apart from photography, I cannot just go and invest money in it.
Yes, sir.
I will try to study to find out how it works, go around the people or the person, let the person know that I'm coming here because I want to know how this, because the person who is honest will not refuse me from learning that business.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I have to pay to learn, it's because the person is in Douala, I'm in Bafoussam. I can come from Bafoussam and study that thing in Douala and go back to Bafoussam.
Mm-hmm.
Find out the environment where I live, how people are behaving. Those are the little things that we fail to understand, to study before we get into business.
Mm-hmm.
So whoever wants to get into any business, don't ever come, because I see some people come on Facebook and say, I have 50,000, what can I do to start? What can I do as a business?
Yes, sir.
I mean, how many people advise you? So you come and read a comment, and then you take your money and invest because somebody commented. That is risk.
Yes.
Your money will go. The person who commented doesn't know anything. Maybe
that's right. Yes, sir.
Just contact the person and find out, okay, please, I saw your comment. Do you have any idea? Do you have experience? Can you teach me how to go about it?
Yes, sir.
For me, that's how internet is there to help us. But if you cannot be wise enough to use the internet for your own good, you might come and read comments and just laugh about it. But those people commenting, there are many of them who are ready to help. Somebody will not come and help you just because you post something. Also, when they make a comment, you come inbox and you ask them, please accept a comment. And the person might be open to you and give you more ideas. These are the important tools if you want to get into any business, anything you want to do.
Wow.
Just jump into it without knowing this step, first few steps into the business.
Wow. Yes, sir. I want to agree with you. So, guys, if you are listening, Mr. Penjo is saying that if you are looking at starting a business, looking at doing anything, please study. Contact people who have experience. Learn from them. Don't look at your capital now. Go and study first. Because we said earlier on the show that knowledge prospers us. Go and study. He has been saying it. He said it over and over, guys. Study. Learn that craft. If you want to do a small ice cream business, wherever you are, go somewhere where they are doing ice cream. Learn how they do ice cream. Know the recipe and so on. Don't just go and buy equipment and start making ice cream. You'll poison people. Go and learn how to make ice cream. And then when you have gotten the knowledge and you are good at it, then you can open that business and yes, you will be successful. Thank you so much for that big one, sir. You've said two things today that I will go with. You have said you believe so much in work and you want everybody around you to be hardworking. And it is evident, sir. When we look at your pictures online, when they look at the art, sometimes I see a picture that you post. I'm asking myself, can you tell us how, in a typical photo shoot session, how long do you take to come out with that concept?
You mean the editing or shoot?
Just the concept itself, before you shoot it, and then before the editing.
Of course, like now, I'm having a client who wants to do a photo shoot for their brand, some brand. Anyway.
Yes, sir.
And so the person doesn't have an idea on how to go about it. It's all about planning.
Yes, sir.
When we contact like that before we discuss about it, I give you my ideas. So if you're coming tomorrow, sometimes I might leave with you that let's keep 2 days because we don't have an idea. And then we work on it together. It's all about planning and collaboration between.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Wow.
I see my sister here commenting. She's the boss of Romi's supermarket.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, E.
Wow. That's awesome. Yes, sir. The entire concept, to create that concept, come out with it, and then make sure it comes out like that, takes a lot of work to put into that.
For example, I'm giving an example. I just mentioned in Romi's now because her and myself, we work on her advert commission. This is we planned this for like a month.
Wow.
And we came up with ideas. She was giving her ideas, I was giving mine. And at the end of the day, we knew that this is what we want. We recruited the characters that were playing in it. And this and this. And she is also working the same thing with me, like editing and all of that. She understands how it works. So sometimes you need to don't just be blank. Don't just be blank in everything. Sometimes you just want to know something, not because you want to do it, but you want to have an idea of a lot of things. Not, it helps you also. It helps you tomorrow. You might find yourself somewhere and you'll be the only person to save the situation.
Yes, sir.
So when I see someone like Yvonne, she's somebody who works on the computer as well like me, but I never knew. And this is how people should. I mean, not everybody anyway, but if you think that you want to know something, just go for it, and it's for your own good. That's what I can say.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much for that, sir. You're encouraging everybody to work hard, to put in time and a lot of thought on whatever they are doing. Thank you so much. Wherever you are listening to, please go and study. Now, I also know why you are saying this study thing too much like this, sir, because there's a lot of mediocrity, right? And that will bring us to the last thing that we'll talk about before I let you go. That mediocrity is as a result of how embarrassed are you, sir, when you see a poorly designed flyer or a poorly designed artwork for a music cover art? How do you feel when you see that? When you see a picture online that a big person or a big artist has posted that was shot by a studio and designed, and then you see it, the work is so bad. How do you feel? Tell me.
The truth is, maybe, right?
Yes, sir.
I've come to realize that something that you do and you think in your heart, I always look at it from the positive side. Like, it's just like I post my work knowing that it is the best. There's somebody somewhere who is going to see that, this is nothing. And there's somebody below me who will say, wow. And that's how the life is. So when I see something on social media and I'll say like, it's not looking good, I simply think that the person who did this, that was their best thing they could do. That's the best they could do, and they know that they've killed it. And so some of them, you might want to approach them even to assist. There are some that you want to approach, they are already taking as offense. They're already feeling like you're trying to. Some people don't want correction. They don't want even critics. So it's always about, sometimes you don't feel good seeing something that will have been better. But at the same time, you also want to help. If you cannot help, well, you can just let them be, and at the end of the day, they'll evolve. Tomorrow they might see that, they themselves will discover that.
Yes, sir.
And so that's it, because that's how we grow. But the bad thing is, if you do that and you don't give yourself the chance to even improve also, that's where the problem is.
Wow. So we are talking about the importance of quality and excellence in representing our brand. The importance of quality and excellence in representing our brand. And I'm not going to lie, man, there is no better person that can speak quality and excellence other than yourself. Somebody said, I wrote a statement from a blog, right, online this morning. He said, there are 2 photographers in Cameroon only, Penjo Baba and others. So I was laughing, and I understand why the person is saying that, because a good thing cannot be hidden, sir. What is good is not hidden. When people look at your pictures, they stay looking at one picture. I sat on a picture, right, of one girl. I was looking at that image. I'm looking everything you did on it. They know everything on it. I was like, wow, this is beautiful. And you wonder why I will spend up to a minute on one picture just looking at it. It's because it was good, right? So let's talk about that quality and excellence in defining or as in representing our brand. Can you give us some tips, or maybe your experience, or share with us what we have to know when it comes to quality and excellence? Because I want us to get away from mediocrity. I want us to get away from poorly done flyers, poorly done pictures, poorly done videos. We got to stop this thing. It has to end.
Yeah, the thing is, anybody, if you are into anything, just know that tell yourself that you know nothing, that you are you should be learning. You should always know that every day you are learning, because
yes, sir.
Photo editing, video editing, what I do today, if I shoot something today and I'm editing, and I'm shooting another one tomorrow, it's not going to be the same. It will never be the same, yesterday. So it's about learning every day. For me, I learn even sometimes with my Nigerian colleagues because they do training every week, every Friday. We learn from them every day. So to stop that, what you just mentioned is about anybody should be honest with themselves and know that they are learning. Nobody knows.
With yourself, yes.
You should not say you are the best. No. Because when you say you are the best, be surprised. You'll be surprised that in no time from now, somebody will kick you out because the person knows focus on improving.
Wow.
If you learn to improve, you'll always be improving. And that's where you invest. The more, that's where you invest in your business.
Yes, sir.
To improve and to improve and to build more so that you can be better. Okay.
So you're encouraging anybody out there, be it a vendor, be it a businessman, in any form, whatever you are doing, be honest to yourself so that you will represent your brand in quality and in excellence. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. If you are honest to yourself, you will see that this work is not good and you will step up your game. If you're honest to yourself, you see that this flyer was poorly done, this picture was poorly taken, because
there are pictures that are edited, and a male makeup artist that did the makeup, because at that time I didn't know how makeup works with pictures, or maybe not makeup works when they are applied. So when I'm editing, I'm going to remove some part without knowing. So when I share the picture with the makeup artist, she'll be like, this picture is not good, you have to do this, you have touched this one too much. Now, if I was somebody who doesn't listen, I would say to them, who are you? You're just a makeup artist.
Right.
So you have this collaboration. Makeup artists and photographer, they should understand this, because the makeup should come out the way it is. You don't have to edit and kill it. So that's how you grow, by accepting your corrections from people who point it out. Even if they correct it and you see that the correction is not much, take it into consideration, and also tomorrow you can improve.
Okay.
Improve based on those kind of things.
Wow. Okay. So I like that, sir. Open to learning, of course, collaborating with the people that you work with, and then that big point, honesty. Be honest to yourself. If you're honest to yourself, you know that this picture you took was not good, because the truth is that these people know what is good and what is not good. So if you are honest to yourself, you will not put out what is not good. If you're honest to yourself, people when people dress to go out, they know that they dress well, and they also know that they did not dress well. Yes. So if you're honest to yourself, you will brand yourself well. Thank you for that one, sir. Thank you so much. That is a big one. Well, we want to, before we let you go, we want people to know more about Penjo Studios and run there to do work, because I want to encourage the people that we follow or that follow us to contact you guys and do work, because this is excellent work. I'm not going to lie, it is excellent work. How do we reach out to Penjo Studio? How do we contact? Is it hard to get to you? If we write to you on social media, are we going to get a response? Is there a phone number we can call, an email we can call? Yes, sir.
Yes, of course, there is a phone number. We are in Makepe, Kaifua Peace for Makepe, Douala. And our phone number is 677-716288. And our email is penjostudios@gmail.com.
What was that phone number one more time?
677-716288. And we are also on Google Drive and Google Map. You can type Penjo Studios and they will just take you there.
Okay. Or penjostudios@gmail.com.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. We will definitely put these contacts out right now. And anybody who is watching, of course, they have to reach out and get themselves a nice treat, photo shoot, video, whatever event you guys have. Contact Penjo Studios for the best of the best. Thank you so much for taking the time on the show today, sir. We're really grateful. My regards to your beautiful family, your boys, they were all smiling. They look like you, man. My regards to them.
Thank you. I'm happy to also announce that Penjo Studios is doing promotion right now. 50% discount. So
wow, that's a big one. 50% discount on everything. All righty. So as soon as we are done with the show, my team from Ablaze will be contacting you, because we have put us number one. We are client number one to take advantage of this discount.
Yes. Exactly. Thank you.
Wow. So thank you so much for taking the time to be in on the show today, sir. We are so grateful to have you. Please keep doing what you are doing. I know that you are disappointed sometimes with the way the people are, but don't give up on us, Baba.
No,
Please, don't give up on us. We need you, sir.
I will.
You are
I will.
a father to many. Don't give up on us. Please. Now, share some last thoughts with us before we let you go, sir. Please share us some last thoughts.
Sorry?
Share some last thoughts with us before we let you go.
Well, I just want to keep encouraging anybody who is into anything they are doing, because life, like I keep saying, when you're honest with yourself, life is going to be easy. Life is easy when you are doing things knowing that you are doing this for the love and for the passion and for yourself to grow and to also gain something for yourself. It's not about people. Just treat people right and everything will be going on well for you. That's the only thing I can say. Be positive.
Wow. Thank you so much for taking the time to be with us on the show today, Mr. Penjo. We are so grateful that we had you on the show. I'm going to let you go for now. Please keep watching and keep following Ablaze TV on all platforms. It was an honor having Penjo Baba today. Wherever you are, keep watching us, keep following us. We love you so much. Stay tuned to all the programs that we have. We have Truth Be Told by our very own Charisma Patrick Adedamola. It's coming up. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a blast. So you must follow and stay tuned on our YouTube platforms and Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, because we'll be sharing you every detail about that show. We also have another show that I'm bringing up pretty soon, The Debate. We're going to be having very serious, controversial issues that a lot of people don't agree on. We'll be talking about those also coming up. We also have, of course, the Preacher's Kit that we'll be bringing back. We also have our very own Gracia Witty Moments, also with Geraldine Forward. They're all coming back to the TV live for you in the weeks ahead. So stay tuned. Keep following us on all platforms. We love you. Goodbye.